welcome once again. All takes valid, episode 90. As always, I go by Trail Trey, joined once again with SP21.
Yep.
So for today's episode, we're going to go ahead and continue along the road in the NFC as far as our breakout performers per team, per division, or by division. And today we are going to be rocking in the NFC West.
West.
Arguably the best division in football. Some people would say. Other people like myself might say the AFC North, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the NFC West today. So we're going to go through and give our breakout players. We're also going to go ahead and touch on the new ruling this year as far as taunting. It's already kind of showed its head in some preseason games, so we'll give our takes on that. And then we're just going to finish it up with some around the league news in the NFL. Few injuries, few people got cut from teams that I told you was going to happen. Tim Tebow, and some other stuff. So we'll get into that as well. But with the first topic, we're going to go ahead and start things off in the NFC West. So let's go ahead and start with who would have been, I guess, the worst team. It would have been the San Francisco 49ers. So, Mr. Reese, we've been waiting for you. Who do you have as your breakout performer for the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, as cliche that it sounds, I have to go with their first. I have to go with their draft pick. Trey Lance. Trey Lance had a very big showing in preseason so far. Even though, yes, it's behind Jimmy G, we know that the availability of Jimmy G has been very questionable in the past couple seasons. And, the best thing for any football player is availability. So if he's available, yeah, he's good to go. It's Trey Lance, even though if Jimmy G goes down, it looks like the 49ers will be in safe hands. If anything, everything goes right and according to plan, because you see it that he's able to run the offense. It's just that, he just got to get used to it. He's still new in the NFL. But for me, my breakout is Trey Lance.
Okay. So that's a good pick. But with your boy Jimmy G penciled in to be the starter still, I'm not so sure how much of an impact he is gonna have. But I'm gonna go with a former first round pick of theirs, who I think is gonna make a pretty much like a jump next year, and that's gonna be Javon Kinlaw. It's a lineman. So with you got to factor in that you got Bosa and the boys, everybody coming back. Feel like he's gonna benefit from that, and Fred Warner just got paid. Like that defense is gonna be ready. People got to remember these guys were just in the Super Bowl, not even a year ago. If last year they had some injuries going on, but they come back healthy, they're right back in the conversation. You can't sleep on these guys. So,
no, I agree.
Okay, so continuing on in the NFC West with after 49ers, let's see. Let's go with the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks. Well, for the Seahawks, even though a lot of their pickings were very slim due to, they never believe in first round draft picks. They're like, what are those? I don't know. I guess that's like a thing in the NFC West. Well, for them, I feel like it should be, and yeah, it will continue to be. For me, it will be DK Metcalf. Uh, yes, he's last year he was probably in the top 5 in receiving yards, top 5, at least top 10. I believe that he's still getting adjusted, but I feel like in this third year, I think he's now well acquainted in the NFL. So I feel like this is going to be a big jump this year. He wants to prove to what all these teams that pass him, like I can't be one, and it's slowly showing that he's starting to become that number 1 receiver. So for me, it's Mr. DK.
Okay. This is an interesting one because I don't know. I feel like Seattle's gonna they might have a little bit of a down year this year. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling about that. But I'm gonna go with it's gonna be a guy who a lot of people might not necessarily consider, and it's gonna be in the running back position because as we've seen last year, they had some issues running the ball, and so far in preseason, I don't know if you've noticed, but our guy, Mr. DJ Dallas, he's looked pretty solid. So I feel like he is gonna have a good part play a good role in the offense now with Carlos Hyde leaving. He should probably take over the second string running back duties. You can use him in the passing game as we've seen DJ Dallas do. So I feel like he will slowly but surely build a rapport with Russell Wilson and gain more snaps in the offense this year.
Right.
So my guy, DJ Dallas, look out for him for Seattle. But like I said, I feel like they're gonna have a little bit of a off year for whatever reason. I don't know, but we're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
So continuing on, you just spoke about them as well. You brought them up and they draft picks. So let's go on to the Los Angeles Rams.
What's the first round? The first round draft pick, something that you get in the first round and all that. I don't know. I feel like the Rams, Seahawks, and a couple teams just like, I don't know what those are, but whatever those are, good luck to you guys. For me, it has to be the newly acquired again. It has to be it. It's Stafford time. He was in Detroit most of the time. A lot of people were able to like push him off, like, all right, he probably okay, or he's not really that good. Now he's on a team that is playoff contending, with a defense that's actually in the top 10 in defense during either A, postseason, or B, coming to the end of the season. And he has some decent weapons, even though he left, Detroit with some types, with Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones. Now he's going to Cooper Kupp and others, and it's going to work a little bit better. So for me, the guy that's calling under center, Matt Stafford, man, this is going to be a big year for him. He's got a new system and everything, and everybody says it's looking good. So going Matt Stafford.
Okay. For the Rams, I think I'll actually have to agree. I think this has been one thing that I guess they kind of been missing. Well, besides a running back now with Cam Akers, I guess. So that might change some things if they can get a running back to come in there. But outside of that, Matt Stafford. I mean, they made the Super Bowl a couple years ago as well. 3 years ago? Not even 3 years ago. I just don't think Goff was the guy that was going to get them over the hump. You have a guy like Matt Stafford, though, coming in. I think that is going to make a big difference offensively for them. Somebody who's proven You could say he's not proven because he didn't win a lot in Detroit, but I can assure you it wasn't necessarily because of him that they weren't winning the games. So, yes, like you said, competent defense, got some offensive weapons, pretty solid offensive line. I think Stafford, he's set to be breakout player for this Rams team this year. And wrapping up the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals.
All right. My player is their second round pick, Rondell Moore. I believe that with his explosiveness, he can able to use special teams and other things. I know Arizona, I like to call them Arizona, WR, because they are have the holding of a lot of wide receivers, about 7 of them, or maybe more than that. I don't know. I gotta look. I know there's like a plethora of wide receivers there. That's why I call them Arizona. But I feel like Rondell Moore is going to he's going to be put ahead of some of them because of how his abilities can able to transition from offense, special teams. So yeah.
Okay. For the Cardinals, losing Patrick Peterson, that's going to be different. You bring in a guy like J.J. Watt. What does he have left? We'll see. But I think you go no further than their first round draft pick, Zaven Collins. You drafted him for a reason. You're going to go ahead and put him out there to go ahead and add to that defense. You still got some other guys out there and on the defense in the secondary that can do things to help out. So adding Zaven Collins at linebacker position is definitely going to shore up some things for the Cardinals this year. Didn't really have a presence so much last year. So adding him is going to help that out a lot. Going forward, I had them as my sleeper team last year, and they just fizzled out and missed the playoffs. Surprisingly, though, this year, I'm not sure if I have them making playoffs. I think the Rams would make it in the 49ers from this division this year. If I had to guess right now, I could see Seattle being out as well as the Cardinals both being out this year in the NFC. But that wraps things up for the NFC West as far as breakout players. And we are going to go ahead and go on to the next topic, which we will be discussing this awful rule change. Let's just be quite frank, it sucks.